Looks good.
This is as good as it's going to get today, baby. I'm all bleeding and stuff. I mean,
What are you doing?
splitting wood.
You're such a man.
Somebody's got to do it. I don't have the money to pay anybody right now, so I got to do it.
Tell me
right.
about it.
This is what we're talking about today.
Okay.
Your life has been really interesting, and you look fantastic, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
We're going to talk about Wally.
Yeah, my stepdad.
We're going to talk about Pat. I'm going to start a new podcast called Shit Pat Says.
Wait, who's Pat?
My mom.
Oh, I forgot her name was Pat. That's right. My mom's name was Pat.
Today's Gina's birthday.
Happy birthday, G.
We're going to talk about that crazy buffalo stampede you saw.
Wait, we have to. Okay, so I should have clarified. I did not see that. I just reposted it. However,
you could have lied and said it was you.
I know, but you know me. I can't, that Catholic guilt is just in my veins. I can't.
And it's been a while since we talked because I was filling in on WLS, but the week before that, man, I was sick. So we haven't talked for a while. We got to catch up at the end of this Zoom. I want to hear all about the Manhattan MILF, the Hudson Hunk. I got to know what happened.
So his week here.
Save it for the end.
But wait, there's an even better tease because you may have forgotten or
you look different. You look different, like you're glowing.
Because the sun is finally shining in Montana and we can get outside.
Sure, that's what it is.
That's what it is. But so yeah, we'll end that story with why the police got called. Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because there was a love emergency. Oh yeah. Yeah. So when I had you on WLS,
yeah,
we were talking about our old friend Tony the Schumacher.
Yeah.
And
Sarge.
Your stepdad, who's really identifies as your dad, right?
Yeah. He raised me since I was 10.
Man, that El Camino is badass.
All caps, badass. All caps.
You know, when you had me at 383 stroker.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My buddies who are car guys that are, they go to the drag strip, they race, they're car guys, they're techs. They started Googling Wally and they came up with his obit yesterday. And I got my buddy Kyle, who's one of my dear friends and a gearhead, and he's like, is Wally's last name Berg? And he doesn't even know who you are. He just knows of the story.
Okay.
So that's why I texted you last night.
Yeah.
And said, what was Wally's last name? Because people heard this story and they are loving what you're doing.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I will tell you, the car community and people that have other communities can relate to this, if whatever it may be in, but the car community is it's so tight and they're just such a really good group of guys. They had a car show in Bozeman every summer. And I thought, oh, okay, Bozeman car show. Because I've been to my fair share of car shows. I was thoroughly impressed. Just some great cars. And I talked to a bunch of people. And so it's one of the things that I want to do to just keep Wally's memory alive and get his cars out there is to just keep doing these car shows wherever I can.
Well, I feel like you have your car, your convertible.
A 68 Firebird.
And really the El Camino should probably be seen in Illinois. So maybe you should bring it to me.
Well, you know what I was thinking about doing is, and I need to think this through, maybe you can help me, because I'm going to be driving it from Arizona to Montana. And
trailer it. Don't drive it.
Why?
Trailer it.
Okay, why?
A myriad of reasons. I think a car like that should be trailered. I mean, you could drive it. I mean, I'm sure it's fine to drive, but let's just say on the off chance out there in the middle of nowhere, a deer jumps out in front of you.
So here's my plan. So I took that into account. I've already got.
I've hit 7 deer in my life.
Wow. Well, you're in Wisconsin all the time. You've got 7 deer in your backyard right now.
but I'm not driving at them.
Yeah, right.
These deer are trained. I tell them to make good decisions and never go to the light.
They respect you. So I'm thinking about it, but I'm thinking about not driving it at night and taking my time. And because Wally loved coffee shops, just go to coffee shops between here and between Arizona and Montana and just sit at the counter and talk to guys, girls, whoever are there. And I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to think about it. It is
Who's going with you?
nobody. I want to do it solo. I want to do it solo.
Hmm.
I'm kind of that.
I wouldn't say I don't talk much.
Well, Hudson Hunk is already, that's dangerous. You need me to go with you.
Yeah, tell Hudson Hunk that if anybody's going, it's me. I was here first.
Yeah. So it's something to think about, but I'll keep you updated. That's going to be in June. I think the second weekend in June.
But before that, talk about the Route 66 Spring Nationals. I think that's what they're called, coming to Route 66 this coming weekend.
In Joliet. So we're going to be out there on Saturday. Tony's going to do the run. I think he has a 2:30 run and a 5:30 run. So Tony Schumacher is in the cars, the dragsters, Top Fuel, that go, I don't know, 330 miles an hour in 4 seconds, in a quarter mile.
Under 4 seconds.
It's fast. Yeah. And I think they experience more G-force than astronauts because they experience that G-force taking off, but then 3-4 seconds later, they're experiencing it stopping.
Always good to find the G-force.
Huh?
Always good to find the G-force.
I'll take some G-force. Anyway, so yeah, he's gonna take Wally the 5:30 run.
You look different.
You ain't getting nothing out. It's the sun. I'm telling you, it's the sun. And it was getting out hiking, all that stuff. But yeah, so the 5:30 run, Tony's going to be taking Wally, and Tony's racing for Skag, I think JCM Racing. So
what is Skag?
I don't know. I have to ask him. He used to race for Army. That was much easier to remember.
I think it's a lawn and garden equipment. I know they make really cool yard, like professional yard tractors and stuff like that, but that's not really germane to the story. The story is Wally's ashes are going for a hell of a ride.
They are. It's going to be so awesome. A lot of family and friends are going to be there. So thank you for honoring him in the way that you do. I want to talk about Gina and what you're getting for her birthday, what you're doing.
You know what? I haven't got her anything for her birthday yet.
Because you're in Wisconsin?
And here was the deal, because, you know, she's kind of weird about her birthday.
How so?
Well, she doesn't want to get older. And I'm like, well, it beats the alternative.
She looks so good. You know,
she's fantastic.
Gina, make sure she watches this. And any other woman watching this. As a woman who is going to turn 59 years old this summer in June.
I thought you were older than that.
Right here. No, I'm older than you, but so, and I think I look damn good for 50, almost 59, because I take care of myself. I work at it.
Something up with you. You look different.
And thank God Zoom has filtering, but
I don't use a filter. You have a filter on?
Yes, figure it out. Here's what I would say to Gina and all women, even men that are worrying about wrinkles and aging. I look back at pictures when I turned 40, and when I turned 40, I was like, oh my God, I'm turning 40. I have so many wrinkles. And since then, I've been stressed about how I looked and looking old and looking old and looking old. And I look back at pictures, I'm like, why was I stressing out so much? I looked good for my age. I looked good for my age. And Gina, you look amazing. Embrace aging. You are doing it fantastically. Is that a word?
She could put on a bathing suit and go to any beach in the United States and be the hottest chick there. Yeah. I mean, she's smoking.
Yeah.
And I don't mean this with any disrespect, but she is, and I tell her this, and I've said this before, but She is one of the few people I know who look better with her clothes off. I mean, she's like perfection. But here was the trade-off on why. See, because it was Mother's Day weekend, so
Yeah.
I had to come hang out with my mom because none of my other sisters came up.
Okay.
And their defense of that is, well, you're the one that moved that far north, and I'm like, yeah, but this is where she lives, and it's not that far, and I'm up here all the time, and I wasn't going to miss my Mother's Day with my mom.
Yeah.
And we had a market to do on Saturday for shopsustainablegrace.com for all your gifting and candle needs. That shop sustainablegrace.com. I'm burning the man cave in my cabin right now. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, I
But
haven't tried that. Mm.
she wanted me to be at her market, and I'm like, I guess absolutely. So the trade-off was I either do your market or you get somebody else to help you, and then I'm home for your birthday, or I'll hang out, do the market. I'm going to be home. We can celebrate her birthday then. But she's got a post on Ramblin' Ray, my Ramblin' Ray Facebook that I put up, and people just adore her. It's just it's blowing up. She's going to try to say hi to everybody that's wishing her a happy birthday, but I think there's over 400 comments so far. But so that's why I'm not there. So I'm going to go find her something unique that she's not high maintenance in the fact that, look, would she like a pair of Christian Louboutins? Absolutely. Would she like me to buy her diamonds? Absolutely. But I've already bought her those things. So we've kind of simplified life a little bit, but it's cool, man. It's happy birthday, Gina. She's doing well with her store, and just one of the rare people in this world that can make everybody around them better just for them being in her presence. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
You're the same way.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. I feel bad because I think there was a point in that market we did on Saturday. They had us between a popcorn vendor and a Polish sausage vendor. Now we're selling candles. Why in the world would anybody that puts together a market put us between two food vendors? I was pissed. And she takes the high road, doesn't complain, keeps the smile on her face, and the day gets long. We leave the house at 6 o'clock, get home at 3.
I'm listening. I have to let my cats in. I was going to be outside, but there's landscapers in the neighbor's yard, and now I bet my cats are freaking out.
So that's what's going on with the beautiful Bella Gina Marie. It's her birthday.
Yay.
Now, if I can, real quick, before we get to this Buffalo thing, I turn to you, just like I turn to Gina, for my Jesus.
Yeah.
Whenever I talk about Jesus, that's the voice I use. So I'm sitting outside last night. I wanted Pat to have her first bonfire of the year, so we sat by a fire last night up here in northern Wisconsin.
Nice.
And I laugh at some of the shit she says. So I told her, I said, we're going to start a podcast, you and me, called Shit Pat Says, because the stories that she has, I mean, she's been around forever, her diploma
90,
was on
right?
a stone tablet. Yeah, she's going to be 91. And she shares a lot of time with me talking about the old days. And an eagle flew over and she says, "There's your father." And I'm like, no, that's not my father. That's an eagle. That's his spirit. And I said, okay, that's cool. Yeah, whatever. I go, what about the chipmunk? Whose spirit is that? And it's somehow and
nobody's. I digress. Nobody's, because chipmunks are the devil.
I concur. So we get to talking, and she asked me if I believe in heaven, and I go, I go, of course I believe in heaven. One, because I'm a raised Catholic Christian and I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
But every now and then I and I don't want to hurt her feelings, and I go, I'm just confused about heaven. I go, because we were out at the Menards, the Menards, picking up some fertilizer and stuff for the yards up here. And I said, that dead raccoon is that dead raccoon is he in heaven? And I go, what about the dogs? All the dogs that we had. And my mom says, and don't anybody make fun of her for this, because I can do this. You can't. Anybody blows my mom any shit, I will find you. I will hunt you down.
You will.
And I'll go full Hudson Hunk Marine on you.
I know it.
She says to me, it's scientifically proven that dogs don't have souls.
What? What?
It's scientifically proven that dogs don't have souls.
Did she expound on this?
I said, and I go, and where did you come up with this? And she hates it because I should just let this stuff go. She's 91. She's on task. She's fine. She goes, Google it.
Google it, of course.
I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking Google it. Oh, but I think what she was trying to convey is that, you know, we all know, if we believe in a higher power, in the, say it,
Jesus,
into Jesus, that our souls, I think, and you'll know better to speak on this than me, because I'm just a heathen. And but I think there's a difference in biblical teachings of souls within animals. Every animal, amoeba, whatever, if you believe, has a soul. But I think that there are only chosen souls that get to go to heaven. Otherwise, we're going to be overrun with termites, spiders, raccoons, and dead dogs.
Yeah, but up in heaven, they would be perfect and they wouldn't be causing any problems, ideally. I mean, I'm still learning a bunch of stuff, because growing up Catholic, they just repeated the same stuff over and over again, and I never got any education or knowledge, and I also was not paying attention. So
it was hard. It was hard to pay attention, man. They went deep.
But from what I'm learning, we are just a spirit in a human body, and we are here on earth to love one another. It's I think the first commandment. See, I'm not as good as you think I am. Basically, God's purpose for us is just to love one another.
The first commandment is the right to free speech.
That's amendment.
Oh,
yeah. Commandments are slightly different, but anyway, basically,
and the second amendment is thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
Yeah, might be the third.
I was doing so good.
Yeah.
I saw the neighbor's wife.
You're screwed. Poor Pat. Now you might not be going to heaven.
Pat says. And by the way, I think and I don't want to get too crazy here, but you know, because she thinks everything is, you know, somebody visiting her, my dad, you know, her sisters, whatever. But I think I did see my father's spirit today.
Where'd you see that?
Behind you on your shelf.
Which one?
The one on the left.
Wait, what? This?
Yeah.
Your dad had boobs?
He had nice boobies.
He had man boobs?
No, my dad was a stud, man. My dad was in shape from the day he was born to the day he died. He was a stud.
You know, that is Wisconsin living. My Wally.
Well, no. My parents, we're not from Wisconsin. My dad grew up in Brookfield. Well, born in Chicago, grew up in Brookfield, lived until he was 70 in West Chicago, and then they moved up here.
Did he do hard labor?
He was a heating and air conditioning and sheet metal contractor, but he was a designer and an architect. But man, he was always in shape. He always looked good, you know?
That's good.
Tall and thin. And then you got me, short and stubby. What's up with that?
Yeah, but at least you got the good looking part. So you take that. I don't know if you got that from Pat or your dad, but
Pat.
Anyway.
Pat.
Okay.
All right. So we've covered the Wally thing. If you're in Chicago, and I think Gina and I are coming out to the Route 66 deal.
Oh, that'd be great. I will tell you, general admission already sold out for Saturday. a lot of people go to the Saturday races, but you can
Well, I
still,
guess I'm going to have to make some calls.
yeah, make some calls. You know, people.
We've all known that. Happy birthday to my beautiful Gina. My mom's nuts. Um, Tell me real quick about this Buffalo video you posted, because that was insane.
So I'm sure with algorithms, I get exposed to a lot of those videos, but I'm telling you that can happen anytime. We went to Yellowstone. I go to Yellowstone frequently. It's only an hour and a half away. Such a blessing. And I will tell you, if you want to know anything about Yellowstone, I highly recommend. I know it's on Fox Nation. Just it's good TV. It's just good TV. I don't watch anything else on that network, but I really enjoyed.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Not that
You
I'm
know
not.
what?
Nah, we're not going there. We're not going there. A lot of it is just documentaries on political
It's
people.
okay. It's okay, because you know, I haven't been on Fox National since my guy Tucker got let go, and that's not making me happy.
Yeah. Anyway, so the TV app Fox Nation has a 4-part series on Yellowstone 150. It was the 150th anniversary last year. And they did a phenomenal job. I have to give a plug for a local guy, Mark Pierce, one of the executive producers. He's my son's father in the field, his mentor through church.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm watching Yellowstone 150. It is phenomenal. I can't say enough good things about it. You have to watch it. And I see executive producer Mark Pierce. I know that he owns a TV production company. They do a bunch of TV programs, most of them local. And so he came to pick up Alan, and I was like, dude, Yellowstone 150, that was amazing. And he's also working on something else with Kevin Costner. He wouldn't tell me what. I'm like, if you need any assistance or, I'm happy to oblige.
Kevin Costner has a house about 15 miles north of me here in Wisconsin.
He does?
Yeah. He's on the Cisco chain. Quite a there's a difference between where his place is and what my place is. Just a slight difference.
He must have places everywhere, because somebody said he has a place in Montana. I'm not sure if he does. I know he's got a
Now,
place.
not to go off track, but I'm going to tell you, if you've met Kevin Costner, haven't you?
A couple of times. Yeah.
He is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet in your life.
Yes.
Humble. He when you talk to him or you interview him, man, that guy makes it more about you than he does about him.
He does.
He's amazing. He's a good guy.
He does. So, and a lot of people have been saying bad stuff about him since they announced his divorce, which is really sad. He and his wife were together 25 years, I think. I don't know exactly.
That's a good run. That's a good run.
Yeah. And when he was in the studio, I'm telling you, it was more toward me than the guy that I worked with. But he looked you in the eyes, and I melted. Even when Lenny Kravitz was in the studio, I didn't get that reaction. He looked me in the eyes, and he was such a nice guy. Asking, I'm like I was a babbling idiot, but super, super nice guy, just like you said.
Well, wasn't that your role on that morning show?
Oh, babbling idiot. I did it well, and I got paid some pretty decent money to do it.
Oh, God.
I love you. Okay, so anyway, that was the huge
Buffalo Stampede.
Yeah, Buffalo Stampede. So in Yellowstone, I mean, that can happen anywhere at any time. So there was one time we were coming around a curve. It was a pretty sharp curve, and there's a buffalo like really close to the road, and you never know when they're just going to all of a sudden stampede and go across the street. I've never experienced one like that. I did go to South Dakota, and I saw the official buffalo stampede. They do it every year. It's a whole big thing. They round up all the bison in Custer National Park, and they get them all together to see which ones are going to survive the winter. So they take the ones that they're like, they're not going to survive the winter, and then they take them, and then they take others and sell them. So it's a pretty cool deal. But yeah, come out to Montana, you could see that anytime.
I can see buffalo anytime where I live in Batavia.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
How many do they have there?
They've got a nice little herd at Fermilab, but now you need a real ID to get in there. They don't want you in there anymore in Fermilab. And it's like, really? I don't even know. These people are working on such a ridiculous level. I wouldn't know what secrets to steal. But here's my wish for Fermilab is that they lose all their contracts and they turn that into a national park because it's big enough to be a park.
Really?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I don't know how many square feet or how many square miles it is, but it's got to be, it's over 700, 800 acres. I'd like to turn it into a Jellystone Park RV center or maybe a KOA.
You know, I think that area needs it. We need to teach our kids camping. I think it's a great experience for kids.
If you want to camp near Chicagoland, Silver Lake, the why can't I think of the name of it right now? Come on, Ray.
Google it.
Shit, Pat says.
Love her. All
But
right.
it's right in Warrenville. It's a big park right in Warrenville, and for some reason I can't think of the name of it right now, which is driving me absolutely batshit crazy.
All right. Well, if people want to go camping, they can Google it, but I highly recommend camping, or just go over the state line into Wisconsin. There's places. Milton, I think, has and that's just over the state line. So anyway, all right.
Blackwell Forest Preserve.
What is it?
Blackwell Forest Preserve, right on Butterfield Road and Winfield Road. It'll give you all that experience of having fun with your kids in nature, and you will get that I'm kind of away from it experience, even though you'll know better, your kids won't. So it'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But enough about all of this. Here's the moment I've been waiting for, because you and I haven't talked. I didn't ask you anything about this other than that sheen, and I don't think it's a filter. I don't think it's a filter why you're smiling like that, and why your teeth are extra white and your eyes are extra white, and you got this glow around you. And I don't think it's because of the Jesus. Tell me about the the weekend with the Hudson Hunk, the Manhattan Milk. Steve Warner sang it in a song, and he said, "A couple of days isn't a very long time. Why can't I just walk away? I used to be good at goodbye." But you had the weekend.
So he was here for 6 days. And
6 days?
Yeah. I mean,
did you get married?
What?
Did you get married?
Stop. So he had vacation. So, and he could have stayed for 2 weeks because there's so much to do out here. So we went to Yellowstone.
I don't care where you went.
Amazing.
Tell me about the vibe.
We went to that John Butler concert in the Grand Tetons. We hiked the Grand Tetons in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, as far as we could with the snow. There's still a lot of snow.
So you went as far as you could.
We went as far as we could. No,
yeah.
Remember, I put this on the table before he even came out here. I said, I'm not, you are geographically undesirable. And I'm just not.
No sex is what you said.
This one is bad. Just beyond that. Plus, the Jesus. Wait, I can't do it as good as you. The Jesus.
The Jesus.
It's not vibing with me to do that. I was like, the next lucky one is going to be the last lucky one, because I'm that's not what life is about right now. It's not what life is about right now. And so I put that on the table. I'm like,
Sorry, sir. Vagina's closed. Hoorah!
Oh my God. So I'm not even going to go there, because anyway, so he was a great guy, really respectful. And I mean, I had to stick to it. And he is like an amazing guy, like truly an amazing guy. Everything that I would look for in a man. And, but I just, nope.
What? But so I feel like Chuck Woolery here. Is there going to be another 6-day weekend, or?
Well, I am going to the Jersey Shore, which is very close to New York, where he lives. So before I head to Jersey, I'm going to stop in New York and hang out in Yonkers and his neighborhood and get a little bit of his life. So, I
Now
mean,
that would be cool. That would be cool to go to Jersey or New York with somebody that's, I know you have, you know, history in Jersey, but
yeah,
to live with somebody from New York that could show you the boroughs and really show you around, that'd be really cool.
yeah. And he's born and raised in that area. So, um, yeah. So let me ask you a quick question and then I'll tell you why the police were called. Like, from a guy's perspective, like I'm at the point where I can't figure out why God put us together. We really enjoy each other's company, and I'm really not ready for a relationship. Just not ready. But and I hate telling a guy that they're in the friend zone because to me, anyway, I don't know. I can't articulate this. I want to be friends. And I know, see, I know no guy wants to hear that, but is it possible to just like have a great friendship? I know, but I have to be honest. I have to be true to myself and I have to be honest. I don't want to lead this guy on. That's not fair to him. It's not fair.
You know, at our age, we have enough friends, you know, and we can count the friends that are worth a shit on one hand,
It's true. It's true.
right?
Yes. All right, we've talked about this enough.
I wanted there to be a better ending.
I know it's not, life is not a fairy tale ending. It's not. I wish it would be sometimes, but it's just, yeah, it's not.
So you're telling me if I'm not dating Gina and I come out there and we drive from Arizona to Montana in the 70 El Camino, no chance?
No, you're
Oh,
my
I think I think you
no.
underestimate me.
You're my buddy. You're my
Oh,
buddy.
come on. Can't we just please, just for the heck of it?
Okay, let me really quick tell you why the police got called.
Okay.
So all my children know is I met a guy in Nashville. He's from New York. He's a Marine. He's coming as a friend to visit Montana because he's never been. So our second to last day, we're gonna hike somewhere. We don't know where. We go to breakfast and decide to do a place called Lava Lake, which is amazing. Let me show you. I did a photo of him.
Is that the Marine?
That's him with bear
How do you
spray.
say no to that guy? That's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
this is Lava Lake, and it was stunning. We went on a Monday, so there weren't a lot of people. There was so much snow. Most steps we were either sliding or falling in up to our thighs in a lot
Do
of
you ever
areas.
think about a snowshoe?
We didn't know it was going to be that bad. We did have good hiking shoes. We should have gotten the shoes with spikes, but anyway, we survived. However, it was supposed to be about a 2 hour, 45-minute hike, and it ended up being 4.5 hours. So, and there's no cell service. So I end up being, my son gets out at home from school about 3:45, and I do not get cell service until about 4:45, which would have been fine because he's 15 and he doesn't care. He would have came home and been like, all right, mom's not here, whatever. It was my daughter who tried texting me at 12:30 because she thought she had a tooth infected or something. And you know how Gen Z is like now. The on-demand generation, they get everything now. So when she didn't hear from me, she was like, oh, she's with the Marine. Uh-oh. She looks at my location and sees that it hadn't moved in 4 hours. So she,
Oh yeah. You're in a white van, with the laundry, Brian Laundry. Yeah, I got you.
yep. So she goes from zero
Or
to
Landry,
100.
whatever the hell his name was. Okay, go ahead.
Well, she's got me chopped up in pieces in a trunk somewhere. So, or I fell off a cliff. So she calls my roommate who knows me very well and knows my daughter very well. They start panic. So they don't know his last name. My son gets home from school. He gets my computer out. He checks my email for someone with his first name and sees his last name. There is a friend of the family that does background checks as part of their job. So they
This
do.
guy got a history?
They do a background check on this guy. It comes up clean. I had to ask. And so then she's still in a panic because she can't get a hold of
And
me.
thanks to you, it didn't come back. It came back way too clean.
No. Hey, that's a bonus. He'll continue to anyway. So they call the police. They call the police and report me like with a Marine that they barely know. And oh,
How embarrassing was that?
so as soon as I get within cell service, she's calling in tears. I thought you were dead. And then I get another call. And then my phone is doing this weird thing that it's like a location service because I'm finally in cell range. And I'm like, who's using search my iPhone without me? But apparently the police department has the capability of doing that.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh my God.
I tell Annika to hang on. I'm getting another call. Hello. Hello, is this Kathleen Achenbach? Yes, it is. This is Deputy so-and-so. I just want to know your whereabouts and make sure that you're okay.
And then he said, "Are you having sex with the Marine? Tell me you did. How's that date going? I saw you on the Unplugged with the off air with Kathy and Ray. We know all about you."
Nobody in Montana knows me.
Oh my God.
All right,
You know
we're gonna end it up. We're gonna end it
When
up.
these kids, when your kids go on a date, you got to pay them back.
Oh, she will never live this down. Now, to her credit, I appreciate that she cared and she went to those lengths to think I was dead and chopped up in a trunk somewhere. But yeah, he got a kick out of that as well.
You know, you almost ended up in handcuffs. I mean,
not the way you wish.
It's got nothing to do with me. I just want you to be happy.
I know, I am. I just don't. Yep.
I have a hot girlfriend I don't have sex with. It's fine.
Sex is overrated. With other people, anyway. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm glad you had fun. But maybe it's not my place to say, but I think maybe when you go to the Jersey Shore.
What?
Why hang out with this guy if there's no path forward? You got enough friends. You got me. I mean, really.
Well, we got to figure that out. He's a great guy. I'd love to be friends. So, yeah. And remember, he's 2,000 miles away. No, 3,000. He's a lot of miles away. Okay. Enough said. Blessings to everyone for
listening. The cops. All right. Let me know when we're doing our trip. I want to drive that 383 stroker and stop at coffee stops and talk to men and women and have coffee like Wally did.
You know what? Maybe we can do that. Maybe we can do off the air on the road.
I'm telling you.
You'll have to fly your ass to Arizona.
Huh? Maybe I will.
All right, let's think about it.
Let me just tell you right now. I can't make you any promises because when you get all this around you, you get this pheromones rocking and all of that, you keep your hands off me. This is where I accidentally hit end meeting for all.